Hi, Elvin. So great to have you here. You are inviting, so thanks for having us. Can you please introduce yourself and what you're doing?
Of course, thank you so much for being with us at CANNES. So my name is Elvin Altun Noyan and I'm the Managing Director for MMA DACH. MMA is a global non-profit trade body for advertisers, technology providers and agencies. And what we do is we try to shape the future of marketing together. And for these, we have some think tanks. They are global think tanks that are open to all of our members. And we try to solve marketing problems. So the big four topics we're after this year is AI, data, attribution, and marketing organization. And we call it ALC. Our AI program is the largest in terms of marketeers in it globally.
Okay, so you're deep into the trends, I guess. Can you tell us something about the trends that you're seeing and how you personally see them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say AI because it's so obvious. So there's AI, so let's put that aside. But on top of AI, what we're experiencing at the moment is there's a lot of organizational structures within companies, especially in the marketing and media landscape. So the CMOs are trying to create more agile and cross-functional units. So that's one thing that we're seeing. I don't know if you would call it a trend, but it seems like one of the big topics that CMOs are after this year. And the other thing is data. So after the cookieless world, now everyone is trying to reach out to try to do advertising on a one-on-one level without using personal data. So I would say marketing, organization, and personalization.
Okay, very interesting. It's all about effectiveness when you talk with CMOs. So what's your view on that? How can marketeers enhance and also measure their effectiveness?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are three aspects to it. So whatever you do at this time, it needs to be relevant in the market that you do. It needs to be adaptable because we do have a lot of global marketeers from an MMA perspective. And then they need to adapt for local dynamics, and it needs to be measurable. So these three assets, I think, needs to be, checked. So that's one thing. So that's where we see more dynamic campaigns and more modular campaigns compared to a few years ago where we had more static global campaigns. So I would say the modular campaign and content strategy is really important for creativity. And another thing that we see from our marketing organizational think tank, we call MOS, is brands that can actually combine their teams in terms of analytics, media, and creativity. It's like a winning strategy. So it's important, to be able to use the technology, but it's also important that you have the right culture and the strategy behind it.
Okay. Now let's talk about AI. You didn't want in the beginning, but now I would like to know what you see in terms of AI, how maybe you use it or what you would advise CMOs to do with AI.
I mean, personally, and I think from a company perspective too, our favorite topic is AI, obviously, because MMA has been, as I mentioned, doing this AI coalition for 2 years now. And so what we do is we experiment. So we have experiments, 30, 40 experiments that have been going on with brands. So we have a consortium on AI personalization. We call it CAP in short. So at CAP, what we see where brands, do these experiments, and we can actually see how they can personalize advertising for the person without using any personal data in a cookieless world. So it's really nice to see campaigns that outperform 200, 300% over the key metrics that they would have otherwise. So it also shows us that if companies can deploy these things in the long term, I know we're still in the learning phases, but some companies have started experimenting with our experiments on their own as well. So if they can use personalization of advertising consistently, it can even change the stock price of companies. So we call these initiatives stock moving initiatives. So yeah, we are really happy, to be able to do smart marketing with AI.
That sounds like a huge impact. Thank you very much for sharing your insight, and have a nice evening.
You too.
Thanks.